Hey Fit Vegans in the making, Florian here, and today I'm gonna show you the truth about the home gym and if you should buy one or not, and if yes, you want to go for that, which kind of equipment do you need. So if you just watch this video to the very end, I'm gonna explain you everything you need to know about the home gym from a guy that is actually in the trenches, that has worked in the fitness industry for half a decade. Okay, so this is very legit advice. All I'm asking in return is to simply smash the goddamn like button and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm gods. So let's dive right into it. Should you buy a home gym? So before we get to this, before we can answer this question, we first have to understand what our investment would be. And our investment is about $5,000. This could be way less than that. I mean, you can build it on your own and you can go with minimal equipment. You can do bodyweight exercises, for example. But if you want to have a proper one, it's usually about $5,000. And if you want to have a more expensive one, you can certainly go higher than that. I mean, if you just let's take a look at Mark Wahlberg, like the actor from Pain and Gain, his home gym probably cost him like $500,000 or so. In every investment that we make, we have to ask ourselves, do we have ROI? Do we have a return on investment? And this essentially boils down to three parameters right here. Number one is opportunity costs. We have to ask ourselves, what is it costing us to stay in the gym, to train in the gym? So if you drive to the gym every day for 30 minutes, let's imagine you train, for simplicity, let's imagine you train 5 times a week, okay? And every day you waste 1 hour driving there, going back, taking a shower there, okay? 1 hour times 5 hours in a week, times 4, 20 hours in a month. Now, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a professional and you earn about, let's say, $100 or so per hour, then 20 times 100 is $2,000 that you lose in a month, okay? Based on the time that you have. So these are opportunity costs, and you really need to ask ourselves, where do I spend my time, and where does my time go if I go to the gym? And if you have, let's imagine you have a car and you have to find parking in front of the gym if the gym doesn't have parking. This is really ridiculous. And this is frankly the epidemic of the current age, is that we don't know where our time goes. And you really need to not become like superly protective of your time, but you really need to know where your time goes and be really conscious about it. So number one is opportunity cost. And I would say if you earn $100 or so per hour, then home gym is a no-brainer. If you already have the habit in place, okay, and if you know what you're doing, then generally like a home gym, in my opinion, is an absolute no-brainer. And if you don't know what you're doing, then just a home gym and an online coach is a great combination. If you want to work with me specifically, I'll probably put a link down below, otherwise you can go to qualitygains.com. The second point, parameter right here, is you have to ask yourself, do you like the gym? And some people just really like the atmosphere in a gym. They like to talk with people, and I certainly was one of those guys, and that's why I'm still in a gym. I just like to talk with people, and when I'm training, I just like the atmosphere in the gym, frankly. And if it's a really good gym, I really like being there. So you have to ask yourself, do you like the gym? This is the case for me right now. In the future, I'll probably upgrade to a home gym. Number 3 parameter, do you regularly go to the gym? Now this is a crucial point right here. First of all, if you regularly go to the gym, then yes, I mean, you can lose some opportunity costs, but it also shows that you have a habit in place. Now, second of all, if you don't regularly go to the gym, you might not go to the gym because of the friction implied in going to the gym, frankly. Because if you need to go to the gym instead of having a home gym, you need to pack your stuff, you need to find parking and all that stuff, which makes it a little bit harder for a positive habit to develop. So generally, like a home gym right here reduces friction. Now, what do you need if you decide to go for a home gym afterwards? If you decide, okay, my opportunity costs are there, you know, I lose a lot of time doing this, I don't really like the gym, and I realize that I just have too much friction going there, you can have equipment. The equipment that you need is number 1, a squat rack. A squat rack including a pull-up bar on the squat rack. And this will be the most expensive one. This probably costs you like $2,000 or so, depending on which kind of model you're going to. I would really go for a stable one that it will last you a long time and is really solid. A squat rack, and with that comes plates and the barbell. And with those things, you can essentially train your entire body just with those guys essentially. And there's just like some additional stuff that you can have for additional gains. So for example, number 2 is elliptical and a jump rope. For example, elliptical is a good cardio machine. When it comes to your home gym, I would have a cardio machine because you cannot always go out and just jog through like snow. For example, I'm from Switzerland and sometimes it's just like minus 16, 17 degrees Celsius, so it's really hard to go outside. That's why I would recommend you elliptical, or if you want to go for a jump rope. Jump rope is a little bit of a pain in the ass and it takes some time to learn it, but I'd probably go for a jump rope if I would build a home gym right now. Again, plates and barbell for the squat racks. Then number 4, and this is like an additionally, but generally a dumbbell is a nice to have. Okay, you can have certain exercise like a dumbbell curl, or like a shrug, or like just like instead of a military press, go for a dumbbell, a shoulder press. These are things, dumbbells are generally nice to have, and the dips is also like a nice to have. This 5 points right here, these 5 points right here, they're making up your dream home gym. There's literally nothing else that you need. But the most important one, I would say, is the squat rack and the plates and the barbell. And then probably something like a jump rope, or if you want to do some jumping jacks before, just warm yourself up before the home gym. Okay guys, so this was everything regarding the home gym. The 3 questions that you need to ask yourself right now is: how much time are you losing when going to the gym? Are you pressed for free time? Do you think like you don't have the time? Then probably like a home gym is the right investment, and you shouldn't invest your time in going to the gym. Number 2, you need to ask yourself, do you like the gym? And number 3, you need to ask yourself, do you go regularly to the gym? And if this is no, and if you have no freaking time, then a home gym is probably the right way to go, and you can have the investment. You can make the investment of $5,000. And actually, like the fun thing itself is that if you invest in a high quality home gym and you pay $5,000, and then, for example, in Switzerland, the average price of a gym is $1,000 or so per year, and in 5 years it pays it off for itself. And this is not with the time that you invested in going to the gym. Okay, so with no time investment. So I would generally say, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a professional, if you have decent opportunity costs, then I would go for a home gym. But this is my point of view. And you see, this is the equipment here that you need: squat rack, elliptical, jump rope, plates, barbell, dumbbell, and dips for the perfect gym. Okay guys, thank you for tuning in, and I see you next time.